So we're going to start with our two-step equations today. Yesterday, I had you guys do PEMDAS, right? And it's still up there. So when we do our two-step, multiple-step equations, we're going to follow that order of operation. All right, so remember, following PEMDAS, okay? PEMDAS is written on the wall. I'll write it up here. P means parentheses, right? E means exponents. And then we're going to do multiply and divide. And then add or subtract. Okay? Multiply or divide, add or subtract. And we do it in that order. When we read from left to right. When we solve problems from left to right. So we always follow PEMDAS from left to right. So if you have division before you have multiplication in your problem, you're going to multiply and divide first. Okay? If you have subtraction before you have addition in your problem, you're going to subtract first. Okay? You're going to follow these rules when we're solving these problems. So here I have an equation, and it's a two-step equation. You all right? I have 4 equals 10 plus x over 3. Now remember our inverse operations. What is the opposite of division? So in order for me to solve this problem, I have to undo this division. So I'm going to take this 3 and I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. This is on your worksheet. We're number 1. So let's do it together. When I multiply, what I'm doing really is multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay, so this 3 and 3 become a 1. Okay, so that's how it eliminates on this side. So now I have 3 times 4. What does my 3 times 4 become? 12. So I'm going to rewrite my problem underneath. And we want to work vertically. Okay, we're going to work vertically. We're still keeping that balance. Okay. When I eliminated this, I was left with this top portion. I didn't touch this. This didn't change. So now I have 10 plus x. And now, doesn't it look exactly like the problems we've been doing? So how do I get x all by itself? I have to move this, right? How do I move it? How do I do that? What do I need to do to move it? I need to add the opposite. So the opposite of positive 10 is what? So I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. And make sure that whatever I do on this side, I also have to do on that side. Are you doing this with me, Matthew? Pick up your pencil and let's do it. So what is 10 minus 10? So it eliminates. I don't have to bring down that 0. 0 has no value. I just bring down what's left, which is my x. What is 12 minus 10? 2. Okay, when we're done, I want the x on the left side. Get in the habit of rewriting it as x is equal to 2. I can swap sides. That's not a problem. I'm not changing anything in the equation. X equals 2. Easy peasy? All right. Let's do one more. This time, I have this guy out here that I need to do first. I don't touch my variable until I eliminate everything else. Okay? So 2 steps equation. I have to do 2 steps. This time I need to move this 7 before I touch my variable. So it says negative 7. What's the opposite of negative 7? So I need to do what to both sides? Add 7 to both sides. Okay, so when I have negative 7 and I add 7, what do I get? So that eliminates. I'm going to bring down what I have left. I still have r over 2. Now what is negative 5 plus 7? Let's do our little t-chart here. Negative 5, positive 7. 5 is smaller, so I'm going to subtract it. What is 7 minus 5? So my answer is going to be positive 2. Right? So now I have r divided by 2. How do I undo this? What is the inverse operation of division? So I need to multiply both sides by what number? By 2. When I multiply by 2, my 2's cancel. 2 times 2, that leaves me with r is equal to what? Got it? Okay, so we're just adding that one extra step. We're still solving the problems the way we did with the one step. We just added a step. Okay? So take out your notebooks. We're going to write down some steps here.
Get your shoe on my toe, dude.
You're going to write down these steps, okay? I'm going to give you a list of steps, and we're not always going to use all of them, but we're going to use some of them, okay? So I'm going to write up a bunch of steps, and then I'm going to have you copy them down. All right, so first one says use distributive property. Now, the only time we're going to use distributive property is when we have parentheses. Right now, we don't have parentheses, but we might in a two-step operation. Okay, so I want to make sure that, whoa, hey, that I include that in there. Okay. Look at all these little points I put in there. So the next thing that I have here is I have add the opposite, inverse operation. And then I have multiply and divide, inverse operation. So if we follow this and we do these things, we should be able to come up with a solution to our problem. So we're going to do 2 more examples, and then you all are going to do the rest of your homework, okay? So here we go. I have n divided by 3 plus 8 equals 5. Do I have any parentheses? So I don't have to do that. What's my next step? Y'all wrote it down. Add the opposite. So I'm not going to touch this yet, but I do have this plus 8, right? So what is the opposite of plus 8? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to draw my line here to make sure that I keep it balanced, and I'm doing it on both sides. Okay? What is 8 minus 8? So I'm going to go ahead and bring down what's left. What's left? And divided by 3, right? Equals. What is 5 minus 8? Well, you know what? I'm not sure. I'm going to make my T-chart. 5 is positive. 8 is negative. 5 is the bigger number. I'm going to subtract it. I'm actually going to add these two guys together, right? 8 plus 5. Oh, wait, I lied. I'm going to subtract 5, right? So 8 minus 5 is what? 3. What kind of 3? Negative 3. So my answer becomes negative 3. Liar, liar, pants on fire. All right, so now I want to undo this, right? This is division. What is my inverse operation of division? What is the inverse of division? So I need to multiply both sides by what number? By my denominator, right? I want to get rid of that number. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. These guys become 1. I bring n down. What is negative 3 times 3? Negative 9. All right, you guys do number 4 on your own and see if we can go on. So that means that you need some extra help or support here. So let's go ahead and do this, okay?
Yes.
So plus 9, right? Because I'm going to add the opposite to both sides. Plus 9. This becomes 0. I bring down my k over 12, or k divided by 12. Bring down my equals. I'm going to do my t-chart or column method to figure out if this answer is positive or negative. 8 is negative, 9 is positive. I'm going to subtract it from here. What is 9 minus 8? 1. So my answer is 1. To undo this division, I need to multiply both sides by my denominator because that's what I want to get rid of. This becomes 1. I end up with k is equal to, what is the product of 1 times 12? K equals 12. Got it? Yep. All right. Go ahead and start your homework.